Only once every 100 years can a firebender experience this kind of power.
The Fire Nation's deadliest blows come wrapped in flame, so it's no surprise it was the perfect element to kick off the 100-Year War.
In the Avatar series, we saw a whole roster of firebenders making their mark with their own style, skill, and sometimes their own brand of chaos. But where do they really rank on the scale from S to D? I've gone through every notable firebender, every technique, every burn-worthy moment, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who's bringing the heat and who's just blowing smoke.
That one kind of felt hot.
Don't patronize me! You know what it's supposed to look like!
Here's the breakdown of each tier. S tier, the Inferno Gods. Untouchable, terrifying, and capable of turning you into a cautionary tale in seconds. A tier, Blaze Masters. Skilled, dangerous, and flashy enough to roast you and your ego at the same time.
B tier, Flame Specialists. Talented and able to hold their own in serious battles, just not delivering those jaw-dropping moments.
C tier, Hot Shots. They might win a few fights, but they're more like a warm campfire than a wildfire. D tier, the Flicker Squad. The spark's there, somewhere, maybe. You're not sure if they're firebending or just really into interpretive dance. Like this bully. I'm so glad Aang got to embarrass him, even if it did get him into trouble. And then we've got the Fire Nation's most pathetic tax collector. His biggest move was tossing a tiny flame to scare Haru's mom. Nothing screams coward like threatening a woman. Still hanging out in the D tier, we've got the Animal Tamer.
Yeah, that guy from the circus who fire-whipped Appa. Like, chill, man. The bison was just trying to have a snack.
This guy's not shown to have any real combat power or skill beyond bossing animals around with a whip. And I was very pleased with what Appa did to him before escaping. Good boy.
Next in the D tier, we've got the Fire Sages. They pop up briefly during Aang's visit to the Fire Temple, and the most action we see from them is a group effort to open a door they thought Aang was behind. They're not exactly elite fighters, which is why Team Avatar slipped past them without much trouble. Then we've got the Sun Warriors. These guys are skilled firebenders and the keepers of dragon wisdom, but the only bending we see is during a ceremonial fire dance. Their whole shtick is about balance and life, not burning people to a crisp, so it's fitting that they're not exactly burning up the rankings. And finally, the Bhanti from Bhanti Island. We only catch a glimpse of their firebending when their shaman senses a dark energy inside Avatar Korra. Cool trick, but not really a battle feat. Like the Sun Warriors, they're more about spiritual guidance than singeing enemies.
I remember. Do you know who you are? My name is Korra. I'm the Avatar.
Kicking off the C tier is the Warden, the guy who ran the Fire Nation prison like it was his personal kingdom. Ruthless, joyless, and apparently allergic to compassion. He was the type to punish someone just for coughing during his speech. As for bending, he could crank out multiple fire blasts back to back without losing steam, which is impressive for a man whose main workout was probably yelling at people. Still, all that power didn't stop him from eventually being taken down by Tyro, and that's not exactly the resume of a top-tier fighter. Next is Yon Rha, the former commander of the Southern Raiders, who probably wishes Katara had never learned his name. At the peak of his career, he was a competent and capable combat firebender, skilled enough to lead highly trained troops. But when it came down to the moment that mattered, he wasn't ready for the storm that showed up at his doorstep. Truth is, Yon Rha's firebending is barely there, and whatever skills he had are long gone. Then there's Yon Rha's successor. When Katara and Zuko ambush his ship, he reacts fast, throwing out quick bursts of flame. At one point, he even uses rapid short blast to keep Zuko at bay, which shows he's got some decent training for counterattacks. Unfortunately for him, all that skill went out the window the second Katara hit him with bloodbending. Honestly, I felt bad for the guy. He ended up taking the pain that was really meant for Yon Rha.
Next up is Baraz, an Earth Kingdom citizen with some pretty decent firebending skills.
He managed to hold off multiple Earth Kingdom soldiers in mecha suits. He could also defend himself well, even blocking a fire stream from a mecha suit with his own bending. After Baraz comes Lightning Bolt Zolt, one of Republic City's most notorious crime bosses. Zolt wasn't just dangerous, he was a prodigy in firebending, with his biggest asset being his lightning generation. In his fight with Amon, he quickly dispersed several incoming blasts before unleashing a continuous, powerful stream of lightning. Sure, Amon shut him down with bloodbending, but Zolt's mix of fire and lightning still made him a serious threat.
What did you do to me? Your firebending is gone. Forever.
Firelord Sozin is next on the list. The only firebending we really see from him is sparring with Roku when they were young, that insane volcano cooling move, and his very questionable decision to step up against a fully realized avatar. Not exactly the smartest move for a Fire Lord, especially when it's all just for a power grab. Sozin was clearly powerful and capable. I mean, you don't start a century-long war without some skill. But the truth is, we just haven't seen him enough in action to put him any higher. Then we've got Colonel Mongke, leader of the Rough Rhinos. Mongke was a solid fighter, a capable firebender who could hold his own in battle, but whenever he faced opponents with greater skill, he went down pretty quickly. Strong? Yes. Unstoppable? Definitely not. Following Mongke, we have the first avatar, Wan. Even before proper training, Wan had a natural gift for firebending, holding his own against dangerous spirits. And over time, he became a skilled and formidable firebender. Still, most of what we see from Wan is tied to his spiritual journey rather than prolonged combat. So while he's important historically, it's hard to put him much higher here. Finally, Admiral Zhao, the Fire Nation's walking anger problem. Trained by Jeong Jeong, Zhao became an exceptional firebender, but he threw away the whole control and discipline thing in favor of burn everything in sight. That made him dangerous, but also reckless. His temper was easy to exploit. Aang did it, Zuko did it twice, and it cost him big time.
Jeong Jeong said you had no restraints.
First in the A tier is Avatar Roku. Honestly, I almost dropped him into Flame Specialist just because we don't see him firebend that often. But I can already hear the comments coming, so Blaze Masters it is. He was solid even as a kid, and well, he's a firebending avatar. Eventually, he hit full mastery with insane power to match. Even if the receipts are limited, you know he's packing the heat. Next one is Mako. Mako wasn't just another firebender in Republic City, he was one of the sharpest fighters around. Years in the pro bending arena taught him how to read opponents fast, slip past attacks, and counter in the blink of an eye. Outside of standard firebending, Mako is an incredible lightning bender. He can whip up lightning fast and hit hard. And even Amon admitted his skills were impressive after Mako managed to zap him while being bloodbent.
I'm impressed. No one has ever gotten the better of me like that. It is almost a shame to take the bending of someone so talented.
Mako's a well-rounded borderline master firebender whose quick thinking has left many opponents shocked. Literally. Still, there are firebending subskills out there that catch opponents off guard even more. Some a bit more explosive.
This guy is too good! He shoots fire from his brain!
Technically, we never saw him throw a single regular fire blast, but that hardly matters when your default move is launching giant explosions from your forehead. Combustion Man's attacks travel fast, hit like a truck, and can wipe out anything in their path. That's ridiculously powerful, as long as you don't have a sturdy wall or some cover to hide behind. The big downside is that he's basically rooted in place when firing, and that third eye of his is a big target. Nevertheless, when it comes to intimidation factor, this guy was literally a walking hazard sign.
This is crazy! How can we beat a guy who blows things up with his mind?
General Iroh is a moving reel of modern firebending. Crisp, precise flames, rapid bursts, literal flight, and yes, expert-level lightning bending with zero effort. The guy's mobility and technique make him a nightmare for anyone facing him, and he carries himself with that same fearless energy his family is known for. The family also has a history of swinging for the fences and sometimes missing spectacularly. But when Iroh's on his game, he's one of the most dangerous firebenders around.
Tell her we will be arriving in 3 days' time, and that I look forward to winning back Republic City, together.
As you wish, General Iroh.
Uncle, you taught me that keeping a level head is a sign of a great leader. Now whatever you have to say, I'm sure I can take it.
Okay then. We have no idea where he is.
What?
You really should open the window in here.
First up in the Inferno Gods tier is none other than Zuko. This is a guy who had to learn firebending twice, once through raw muscle and stubbornness, and later through true understanding. Even in his teenage years, that brute force style was enough to overpower then Commander Zhao in an Agni Kai. While we never saw him create lightning, we saw him redirect it more than once, giving him a major edge in battle.
Zuko's proof that mastering fire from energy, not rage, is what truly makes you dangerous. You might be thinking, who could possibly outdo Combustion Man? Well, how about Combustion Woman? Pli wasn't exactly a hired assassin, but she was close enough. She's one of only 2 combustion benders we've ever seen, and the precautions they took to lock her up weren't subtle. Didn't help though. Her blasts seemed more precise and controlled than Combustion Man's, which made her even more deadly. It's such a shame her own power backfired in spectacular fashion. Next is Jeong Jeong, the master who understood that firebending should never be fueled by rage. He treated the art with a level of seriousness and discipline few could match. No wonder he was part of the elite order of the White Lotus, fighting alongside other masters to liberate Ba Sing Se. His bending was so advanced he could unleash massive waves of fire. And can we just acknowledge the man was basically flying? Yeah, Jeong Jeong's firebending wasn't just good, it was legendary. Up next is Azula, the prodigy from day one. By the time she finished her childhood training, she had already become the pride and joy of Fire Lord Ozai. Azula's signature blue flames weren't just for show, they burned hotter, moved faster, and matched her relentless, calculated aggression. While lightning redirection was rocky for Zuko, Azula mastered lightning generation at an incredibly young age. She even came dangerously close to ending the Avatar cycle when she blasted Aang in the back with a lightning strike. Even without bending, Azula's speed, agility, and acrobatics made her a nightmare to face. Now we get to Fire Lord Ozai, who was ambitious, ruthless, and utterly without mercy. Ozai's firebending was as terrifying as his willingness to use it. He was prepared to burn the entire Earth Kingdom to ash, and during Sozin's comment, he became an unstoppable force, throwing out city-leveling blasts like they were nothing. He had no qualms about executing his own son if Zuko hadn't learned lightning redirection. When the Avatar himself had to run from you, you know you're operating on a different level. We have to give Ozai an S-tier rank for his raw power. Luckily, Aang ended the madness by taking away his firebending for good.
What did you do to me?
I took away your firebending. You can't use it to hurt or threaten anyone else ever again.
Did I ever tell you how I got the nickname, the Dragon of the West?
I'm not interested in a lengthy anecdote, Uncle.
It's more of a demonstration, really.
And finally, at the very top of the Inferno Gods tier, we have Uncle Iroh, the Dragon of the West. After the loss of his son, Iroh embarked on a path of deep spiritual growth, learning from masters across all nations. His journey led him to the ancient dragons Ran and Shaw, who taught him the secret to firebending's true source, while his studies with the Water Tribe gave him even greater versatility. Iroh wasn't just a master of fire, he was wise enough to use Sozin's comet's power for good, not destruction. I mean, great power plus great wisdom, that's peak Inferno God material.
No, power in firebending comes from the breath, not the muscles. The breath becomes energy in the body. The energy extends past your limbs and becomes fire.
So what do you think of this ranking? Did your favorite firebender make the right tier? And which moments should we rank next? Drop your thoughts in the comments and keep following for all things Avatar. Until next time, stay geeky.
You rise with the moon. I rise with the sun.